heard she got the promotion over Mark.
Seriously? How is that even possible?
In the weeks that followed, I tried to convince myself that everything would eventually return to normal. I showed up to work every day, completed my tasks, and interacted with coworkers when necessary. But something inside me had permanently shifted. Conversations felt forced. Laughter sounded distant. The office no longer felt like a safe or comfortable environment, even though the person responsible was gone. People treated me differently after that incident. Some were overly sympathetic, speaking to me in soft voices and asking if I was okay far too often. Others avoided the topic completely, acting as if nothing had ever happened, which somehow felt worse. A few coworkers admitted they had always felt uncomfortable around Crispin. I'd never imagined he would cross such a disturbing line. Dr. checked in with me several times, offering support and assuring me that what happened was taken seriously. They emphasized that the company had policies in place to prevent situations like that, yet I couldn't shake the feeling that those policies only existed after damage had already been done. No apology, no policy, and no meeting could erase the image that had been burned into my mind. At home, the framed photo sat face down in a drawer for a long time. I couldn't bring myself to throw it away immediately, but I also couldn't stand to look at it. Eventually, one night, I took it out, removed the photo from the frame, and shredded it into tiny pieces. Even then, it didn't feel like enough. The discomfort lingered long after the paper was gone. That Christmas season passed in a blur. Decorations felt hollow, music felt irritating. What used to be my favorite time of year became something I simply endured. Whenever someone mentioned Secret Santa, office parties, or harmless jokes, my chest tightened involuntarily. Looking back now, what unsettles me the most isn't just the image itself. It's the confidence with which it was given. The idea that someone could spend time creating something so invasive, wrap it up, label it as a gift, and present it in a professional workplace without hesitation still chills me. I learned that day that sometimes the most disturbing experiences don't come from strangers in dark alleys or anonymous threats online. Sometimes they come from people who smile at you in the hallway, sit a few desks away, and call themselves co-workers. And ever since then, I believed one thing very firmly. The scariest gifts aren't the ones wrapped in dark paper. They're the ones handed to you with a smile, while everyone else is watching. Months passed, and on the surface, life continued as usual. Work deadlines came and went. New employees were hired. Office conversations slowly shifted back to normal topics. But for me, the incident never truly faded into the background. It lived quietly in my thoughts, surfacing at the most unexpected moments. Sometimes it would hit me while walking past the empty desk where Crispin once sat. Other times, it would return when someone laughed a little too loudly or lingered a little too long during casual conversation. I became hyper-aware of people's behavior, constantly analyzing tone, expressions, and intentions. What disturbed me most was how easily everything moved on for everyone else. For them, it became an uncomfortable memory, a story they could tell later with a shake of the head. For me, it became a permanent shift in how I viewed workplace safety, boundaries, and trust. I replayed the event in my mind countless times, wondering if there had been signs I ignored, if there was something I could have said earlier, if discomfort should always be voiced, even when it feels awkward or dramatic. Those questions never really found answers. The experience taught me something harsh but valuable. Professionalism doesn't always protect you. Rules don't always stop people with bad intentions. And sometimes, the people who make you feel unsafe don't look dangerous at all. They blend in perfectly. Even now, years later, I still hesitate when someone suggests a gift exchange or a holiday tradition at work. I smile politely, but inside, there's a resistance that never used to be there. That one experience permanently rewired how I associate celebration with safety. I've shared this story with very few people, mostly because it's difficult to explain the violation without sounding dramatic. But I know what I felt. I know how real it was, and I know that discomfort exists for a reason. It's a warning, not an overreaction. If there's one thing I hope others take from this, it's that boundaries matter, even when they're disguised as jokes or gifts. Especially then, because harm doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it arrives quietly, wrapped neatly, and handed to you in front of smiling faces. That framed photo may be gone, shredded and discarded, but the lesson it left behind remains crystal clear. Trust your instincts, speak openly, and never ignore that feeling in your gut. Because sometimes, the most unsettling horror stories don't come from monsters or strangers. They come from people you're expected to feel safe around.